Hi, welcome to 2020 Treats with GourmetQuilter. We're having a whole lot of fun this year. I'm Susan Clare, GourmetQuilter. We're doing a series of applique. We're doing some applique cats, as you can see. And we've already done 7 of them, but we're doing a whole 20 in the series. So we've done this 7 up here, which is this top row here. So we're just starting on this middle row of cats here now. So they're looking kind of fun and happy and a little bit sad on a couple of occasions. So there's more information on the website on GourmetQuilter.com. There's a pattern if you're interested. Also, it's a downloadable pattern. So what we're doing is a new pattern, new video each day for 20 days. So we are now up to day 8 of this series. So I've gone ahead and I'm doing fusible applique and I'm doing raw free motion stitching. So I've gone ahead on the applique number 1. I showed you how I was marking everything. I'm using a light box, I'm using some permanent marking pens, and I'm using a little white gel pen to do like a little twinkle in the eye, which is just a dot in the eye, but it just lightens it a bit, gives the cat a little bit more character sometimes. Other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. I'm just going to pencil on some markings where those whiskers might go so I don't forget. And that's really just so that I know where to sew them, not so much that that's actually what they're going to look like. So I've got my background here. I've already just popped my stripes on. So these stripes are all separate pieces. I've just set them on there ready to iron in place, ready for when we're stitching. So I can get the paper off the back of the cat now and position him on the background and iron them in place, and we can get on with some applique. So he looks a little strange without his head, I have to say, but he comes good as soon as you give him his head. So just got to make sure that there's enough room. We've got losing seam allowances, plus also we've got this head to fit on at this end, and his head's at a little bit of an angle. He's kind of glancing as he walks by. So just make sure that there's enough space around him. I think that's all looking pretty good. Oh, the other thing I haven't done, which I usually do over the light box, and I forgot, was to mark any lines. So on the pattern there's little lines that indicated so that you know where the divisions are or where his legs go and things like that. So I can just do that now, and this just helps me when I come to sew it so that I don't forget to sew it, and so that I know where they're going. This one comes up here a bit, this one comes up here a bit. So I think that's looking pretty good. So because I'm doing free motion stitching, I need a stabilizer of some sort, so I'm using just a lightweight cotton batting for the stabilizer. So I iron it. It's not fusible, but it just holds together nicely because it's cotton. And then we can go to the machine. I've got the machine all set up for free motion stitching. I've dropped my feed teeth, I've got a little open toe free motion foot on, and I've got a grey thread in my machine. I like to pretty much do everything in one colour if I can. And I think we'll come around and do these little stripes. They're really not hard. So we're just going to come along. So I'm just doing a free motion straight stitch just close to the edge of the applique. And when I do things like these little stripes, I like to go just past them, and then I come back and I go around the stripe. Come along and then do the same thing on the next one, so that they're all done as we go. Quite nice. The free motion applique is actually quite relaxing once you get going. You don't have to rush and take your time. So really this cat is very straightforward. He knows where he's going. And then when I come down to an area like where I've drawn this line to show the front and the hind leg, you could come back and do the hind legs separately, or you could do it now by just doing like I did with the stripes, slightly ahead of it and then back, and then do the leg. And then come back down that dividing line again, and that just helps emphasize that line. But as I said, if you didn't want to do that, you could just do it as a separate little bit of stitching. So other than that, everything's pretty straightforward. I've got to do around his head and do his whiskers, but I'll come back a bit later and show you at the end of it all. So I've been all the way around the cat and his head, and now I'm just doing the last little bit of his whiskers here. And this cat is just looking like he's out for a little stroll and just having a little look at us as he walks by. So he's looking quite pleased with life. He may have seen another cat, of course. He might be having a little chat to a cat across the street. But that was it for cat number 8. Thank you, and I will see you again with cat number 9.